Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy to be here, and I'm honored to present to you all the actual achievements, the situation, the planning of the PLOTINA project. The PLOTINA project is, you see, a project for the promotion of gender balance and inclusion in research, innovation, and training, and is related mainly with for the development of gender equality plans within research performing organization. The project aims at remove the barrier for the recruitment, retention and career progression, mainly of the female researchers, and by improving decision-making, by addressing gender imbalances and incorporating the sex and gender dimension in research and training and teaching, especially where it is not applied. The PERT, so the program of the project, that is a 4-year project, is the one that you can see a number of work packages, 2 central work packages, one work package 3 that is for the people, and one work package 4 for the things. So in one case is human resources, so career making, cultural change, top-down actions, biases and supporting career, and actions for work-life balance. In the second case, for the work package 4, we have some case studies. If you have the chance, you can find downstairs some posters of our project, and some case studies of researchers are presented in which the variables sex and genders are included into the research, scientific publication and teaching curricula. And we have a work package related with the assessment. This kind of project, so the JERI4 call required a first assessment during the draft proposal, so is already included in the project. And another big, real assessment that is known as gender audit at the beginning of the project. We have already concluded this part, and then again controls of the qualitative and quantitative data during all the project implementation. The work package 4 is for monitoring, and we have a work package for the monitoring that is separated from the rest. This is extremely important. We will be evaluated by referees, and we want to have indicators, the possibility to self-assess our progresses, and to be also evaluated by external experts. I'm a food scientist, chemist and food scientist. So I come from the STEM area, and I think I know what are the problems, and I think that evaluation, a control that is public is the only way to really act and perform activities. So planning and evaluation. This is our stage at now. We have already assessed the current situation of our research performing organization. 5 are universities and 1 is a research center. We have designed in parallel with the gender audits, specific, self-tailored for each organization, gender equality plans for each research performing organization, and we will carry on activities in terms of implementation and evaluation of the action, creation at the end or during anyway the implementation, a platform of resources that can be used by other research performing organizations, because this is a precise responsibility that we have to implement, to help other research performing organizations. For example, they could also not have received funding for this, so the difficulties may be much more to implement in an easily and simple way their own gender equality plan. What is a gender audit is well expressed by the European Institute of Gender Equality, but it is also an ISO norm. So it is something as a measure, a quality control of an institution that is able to make a social and cultural audit of this institution, and obviously also a quantitative analysis of this institution. The proposal is to be aware about the state of art related to the research performing organization, in terms of perception, in terms of awareness, and collecting. The audit need to collect information to implement a possible and correct gender equality plan for this institution that is different from another one, cannot be the same. Obviously, to implement, the risk is that the gender equality plan is just a word or 3 words. The need is to convert it into a real active plan, sticked with the strategic plan of an institution. So with the help of the coaching partners of the project PLOTINA, we developed for the gender audit to make it easier, and finally it will be collected in a database, so and open source material. So it will be available for others to repeat the same procedure, but once the procedure it has been already applied and simplified. Yesterday we have had here, and I thank the organization for this, a meeting of the project PLOTINA, during which we decided, for example, to eliminate some measure or to simplify, also in the collection of the data, the checklist for the quantitative and qualitative data to be collected. And then the link with the gender audit and the gender equality plan is ensured by the planning of key areas. So to establish, in this case we have established 5 key areas of interventions with possible selection of action in each one. And then, as regards the audit, what are the tips for a successful audit? The governance. The governance should be engaged, included, should be the realization of the gender equality plan should not be something that an institution has to do, but should be really something that is within the organization and internal of the strategic plan. So the government should be committed, the gender audit team need to motivate the key actors and decision making. The process should be very carefully taken, because there are problems of gender fatigue, or someone saying we want also in our organization the right person in the right role. We do not want a woman, but we want the woman could be not high quality woman. So we need to be very careful, because the environment is extremely competitive, but we need to achieve the final results, the information that are sensitive, important. The involvement of the all-level institutions, so also departmental level, so having delegates, the gender audit team should not be a restricted team, but an enlarged. The responsibilities should be of the institution in general. It is needed leadership, coordination capability, obviously a robust reputation to carry on a process like this within an organization. A team that is very interdisciplinary is very useful, because some areas could not anyway like this kind of intervention, and they should instead know that they are wasting talents. It's extremely important to have always, like the colleague before from Korea was underlying an idea of the progress in terms of numbers, so a centralized data collection that can be started from the gender audit, but then should be implemented. And it's very important to have relevance in terms of training seminars, vocational guidance workshop, career counseling. So from the gender audit to the gender equality plan, key areas, objective measure, direct and indirect targets, also this should be established. In our case, the target is the target of the call, so female researchers, but indirect targets are, for example, students. So in this case, many other stakeholders also. Who is in charge in terms of governance of any action? It's very important to give specific responsibility, involvement. Otherwise, something is difficult to be realized. And also plan the activity within the each single year, and control with a monitoring system and with indicator, with the help of a partner that is doing it, what are the progress. These are some action. Very quickly, I will show you that some action that were chosen, for example, in this case, by all the research performing organization. Like, for example, the routine revision of text. This is a cultural action, communication, image, that are actually reporting the gender equality in the presentation of the institution. Regular JEP follow-up meeting to see where we are, what are we realizing, why something is not happening, or something like this. And also having, as you see, indicators for any action, and partners that are looking for the performance for every single action in terms of measuring the progress, or in terms of coaching the research performing organization that want to be involved in a structural change. These are some other actions always measured by specific indicators that were chosen by 5 or 4 research performing organizations. One, for example, that is extremely important for the University of Bologna is to realize that every year in the easiest way a gender report with all the disaggregated qualitative data, and to propose also new indicators that can be taken by the ranking society, because for a university this would be extremely important. So we are, how can I say, seeding, just also to propose at the very end also other different indicators to be evaluated by external evaluators of research performing organization. Hard copies, the part of the dissemination obviously is extremely important, and we have different perception. These consortiums come from the Turkey to the UK in terms of research performing organization, and the disciplinary fields are very different. These are some other actions, always chosen by 5 and 4 or 4 research performing organizations: role model, awareness, and also another problem we have seen is the problem of research evaluation procedure. So if I am not well evaluated for 1 year at home, or for this can be, as we have seen, the problem, one of the problems. Work and personal life integration, so support work-life balance, try to find also not only structured supports that are very important, but also to finance experimental action, feasibility plans for new welfare services, summer camp organization, childcare, and a best organization of our time. These are actions of the key area 4 on research. This is another important action, for example, to disaggregate all the data by gender, funding, allocation, publication, submission, excellence evaluation, patent actually active within an institution. And also to try to insert to insert the sex and the gender perspective in research by organizing seminar with experts, and just also trying directly to apply, such as in developing new case studies. This regards the integration into teaching curricula, obviously regards researchers and teachers, but indirectly also students. That can be taken, that can be informed by soft skills introduction. Last consideration of the strategy. The gender equality plan is not an appendix, but should be inserted within the strategic plan of an institution. So we need to be able, it's our responsibility, especially because we have received funding, to insert the strategy, within the strategic plan of the institution, the gender equality plan. So in the case of the University of Bologna, our rector decided to develop the strategy on the sustainable development goals of the UN, and so we decided to insert within the document of the rector where our suggestions, being in this way more aware of the fact that it's easier to, in this way, to carry on in terms of decisions, policy. And so all the information that should be simple, that we have in the gender report, that we have in the gender audit, are now published for the first time on this report on Sustainable Development Goals. So this is something that is given to everyone coming at the universities this year, and the seed of the gender equality plan should be here, not so should be public and published. Otherwise, it is not working, simply. So this is just what is explained in terms of also of benchmarking, trying new indicators, trying new models to measure our situation in respect with the national and international benchmark. So, reporting the gender equality plan in the documents, international documents of the institution, and always reporting the numbers that can also embarrassing us sometimes. And also reporting the number in terms of glass ceilings every year. So this should be, and is in that way, also a responsibility of the rector, because he prefer to have a good number than a bad one published. Okay, so this, and you can find also the activity in terms of all the researchers that are here involved in the Progetto PLOTINA that are here, so posters and the activity that is growing on it. And the expected outputs, tools, gender equality plans library of action, simplification of the process, training, collaborative work to achieve results. And finally, the possibility to share with an open source idea the good practices. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Gallina Toschi, for introducing us to PLOTINA.